Welcome to Module 1. Here we go. Framing and formula. Let's start off by talking about what we love to call the UVP. That would be other people's content, OPC, not to be confused by that. The unique value proposition of your offering, your product, your services, your company as a whole. What do you do? And really, why should I care? This is me being the cutthroat user on your site. I'm putting on my consumer hat here, my website search query hat, and I'm looking for what I'm looking for. And when I get to your site, if I get there, what do you do? And why should I care? Why does it matter to me? Why should I dive into your site and read more? What's in it for me? The selfish modern day user with a tiny attention span and really high expectations, which we'll talk about in a second. On social, what we're seeing here is a change from these beautiful, perfectly curated feeds, feed aesthetic as we like to call it, which is just perfectly kind of, clean and crisp and like a gallery or a museum of curated imagery, to really high engagement. So posts that are reels and IGTV and, tons of lives behind the scenes, just far more authentic than they've been in the past. Two marketers that I follow, Jasmine Star and Elise Dharma, are doing this really well on Instagram. And we see it on Facebook and LinkedIn as well. But just far more human interaction and less worrying about that perfectly curated aesthetic. On website, we're seeing the same kind of thing. And what it is a landing page or a website that's all about me and my needs, not you and yours. Not you and your company manifesto or your earnings reports or your latest, pat on the back about how great you and your employees are. It's all about my needs. It uses words like you and your. It solves my problems. It speaks to my pain points, sometimes the ones I didn't even know I had, and it leaves me wanting more. It draws me in. It's that hallelujah, where has this been? It drops my shoulders. You can see it in Marie Forleo's site, right in her headline. The main copy right on her homepage. The world needs that gift that only you have. And it leads me to say, what? Tell me more. I have a gift. And that's the idea. Bring them in. Don't tell me everything right off the hop, and don't tell me how great you are. Talk to me. This is an example from Wix, one of our website builders, not one of my top favorites, but I love this landing page. Create a website you're proud of. Oh, yes, please. They're speaking to the fact that a lot of us are actually quite embarrassed by our websites, or they load really slowly, or we've been meaning to address it for a long time and, just not happy with it. I think so many of us can relate to this, and Wix knows that. It's got our pain point, it's got our fear, it's got a deep desire, all of those emotional things we talk about in our copywriting classes, and it's speaking to that in a roundabout way. How clever. Create a website you're proud of. Yes, tell me more. Not world-class website building tool for more than 1 million users or award-winning content management systems. Right? That'd be about them. I love Nike. They're always splashing and kind of rebranding their homepages with seasonal or campaign-like imagery and copy and statements. It's just like, it's by the best creatives in the world, and we should expect it. They have huge budgets, obviously, and big teams behind this. But this rewash of their page every other week just blows me away. Come out and play. This one I grabbed at the end of COVID. It actually wasn't quite the end of COVID. It was kind of just like a few months before. It was like early spring when the US was just starting to open up. Canada still felt more closed. And come out and play. It was just like, yes, please. And it spoke to our emotional state, the season, and just the fact that we all, needed some play and some fun and some life. And the color, it all fits so well. So it doesn't always have to say you and your, but it does have to speak to me on an emotional level. Another example from BarkBox. If you're a dog lover, so much to the point that you're going to have a subscription of a box of toys for your dog every month, BarkBox, when you get here, is a hallelujah. Or a, oh my God, this is so cool. Didn't know existed. Sign me up. And then the line, give your dog exactly what they want. Perfect. What's that? And then super cool because the calls to action are so clear, and I get to gamify the system a little bit, or the process, by as soon as I get in there, they're going to ask me my dog's name. Okay, that's easy enough. Ruby. Well, what kind of dog is she? Golden Retriever. How many pounds? 55. Great. Ruby would love this box. Large dog, big chewer. And already I feel like there's been some personalization when really all they've done is segmented me into a super easy list. Lady with big dog who chews a lot, or simply large dog. And then I'm on that e-newsletter list, and they're going to serve me up the kind of content in my inbox to keep me engaged that actually resonates with me and is relevant to my needs. More on that in email marketing. That's a whole other course. What about our good friends at the ACE Collective? This is a fantastic women's entrepreneurship and mentorship program and company out of Calgary, Alberta. And right on their homepage, where heart-driven women get the support they need to create anything they want. What a powerful statement. It's their values, it's their brand, it's their mission. And, we could tighten that up into a shorter bio if we needed to. But I love that if that speaks to you, you want to learn more. And you're going to click that button, the call to action right there. I was a part of helping a medical aesthetics clinic build a school a couple summers ago. And it was called the Aesthetic Center for Excellence. And what we did is create a website that spoke really deeply to the pain points and the desires of our target audience, which was nurses. You had to be a registered nurse in order to become a nurse injector in a medical aesthetics clinic. So we thought, okay, let's really play on this a little bit. What are they feeling? Well, victims are, caught in the epic drama that is the healthcare system, or shift work, or uncertainty of salary and benefits and full-time work, or whatever it is. Maybe they just don't love the work, or it's too stressful. The hours are brutal, the night shifts. So we played on all of those things in our taglines and our copy. Yes, we said, welcome to a higher level of medical aesthetics education, but then all of our copy and our graphics and our ads spoke to them advancing themselves. Promote yourself, come on in, not world-class training from the best in the business, etc. So we need to stop making it about us, and it has to be about them and the problem we're solving for them. Sometimes they know they have it, other times they don't. It depends on if we're selling t-shirts and summer camps or, hybrid cars. And we have to be the ones to show up in a way that speaks to them properly, cuts through the noise and the immense amount of competition and choice in this day and age, and gets them to the finish line. So they meet their goals and we meet ours. I love this slide. It's an old article that I carry around and remind myself. It's not just startups who can't explain what they do because they're addicted to meaningless jargon. It's all of us. Businesses big and small. We introduce ourselves and we think that the person on the other end, for one, cares to hear a novel, and they don't glaze over the minute you start waxing on into sentence 3, 4, and 5 about how great you are, or what you do, or how many people you employ. But also they don't speak our technical language. They speak their own. And when I was in the newsroom, this was classic when someone would pitch me a story and I'd be so overwhelmed with what they were saying that it was so difficult to dive in and ask for more. I don't want to cover this story. It's too difficult. You've already sold me everything, and it's totally irrelevant or not interesting for me and my readers. So move along, or no thank you, thanks anyway. Whereas if there was a catchy headline and an even catchier subheader, and then some kind of killer opening paragraph that was tailored and customized and knew me and my needs as a journalist and my reader, more importantly, and it used my name, so I knew it was tailored to me and maybe even exclusive, or it had some kind of, exclusive imagery with it or breaking news. Wonderful. I feel important. I feel valued. I feel like they know me. And this is how all of our readers and website visitors want to feel, that you are the solution to the problem and you are exactly the site they've been waiting for. So really getting through here that we need to stop speaking to our industry peers, of fellow car mechanics and dentists and dog walkers, and speak the language of our prospects and customers in a way that makes them feel like they are connected. So our number one goal, be the solution that our people are desperately seeking now and later. And when I say later, we've got a crystal ball a little more than we're currently doing. Whether that was during COVID, when we just couldn't see to the finish line in the future that we'd ever be out of this mess, or post, where we've been unable to now recognize how much more we have to future-proof our business, see into the future with what people are going to need and where our opportunities lie. There is so much changing e-commerce landscapes and opportunities within each of our businesses and our business models, and we can sit back and ignore it, or we can start to crystal ball and future craft the things that we know our people, or maybe a totally different audience, is needing or going to need, and then fill that void as fast as you can. I've always said that's our superpowered social school because we can turn our ship fast. We're not the cruise ship of a higher education institution that's going to take 3 years to develop a TikTok course when they hear about the TikTok. We can do this in a matter of weeks, and we have to because we're nimble enough that we need that to be our first mover advantage. So what is yours, and what is it that your people need now and later? And number 2, no small feat, but you can do it. Do it in a clear, concise, and compelling way that gives them a reason to click. Make me want to pick up the phone as the journalist and say, tell me more. That sounds awesome. Make me want to open that blog post because the subject of it was so killer. And it wasn't just clickbait. It was legit awesome. And it had a lot of what I was looking for. Or that subject line in your e-newsletter that gets me scrolling through all of the emails in my promotions tab and clicking yours because it's written in such a way that I am crazy to open it. And then again, the next time, because it's always different and I can't wait to see what you're doing next. I love this line. A person who was helping renovate our house said this to me once, Kelly, if you confuse people, you lose people. And it was to do with pillars and columns and beams, and I couldn't quite get them right anytime we discussed them. But I love this as it relates to our words and our offering. And if I land on your website, as I do all the time, just last night, I was on a site for a friend starting a business, and I was like, I have no idea what you're selling, and I'm 30 seconds in here, and I'm scrolling way down past the fold, and I still have no clue. Are you a bank? Are you a coffee shop? Are you an investment company? Like, where is the direct language? And that doesn't mean we have to dumb it down. It means that we have to get really crystal clear and again, speak backwards or speak the language of our people and work backwards. Next up, module 2, package and profit plan. We're going to talk about how to package up our offerings, current or future or imagined, in a way that really can make a dent online and sell it, package it, reframe it, whatever kind of offering you want to try. I'm going to show you a few of my favorite models, and I'll see you there.